All right. I think we have one person already. We have one person already. So I guess even with one person, we can kick off. We can kick off. All right. Amazing. Um, I'm really excited tonight. I'm really excited tonight. Really. We've been planning this for weeks and weeks, and I think it's finally here. The day is finally here. So it's really exciting. It's really exciting. So hi everyone. All right. So good evening again, everyone. Welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah, how are you doing, Papa?
I'm fine now.
All right.
Uh,
I guess we can kick off. I think a few of us are here already, so we can quickly kick off this
why is
Q&A
everyone is
session.
giving topic is
Ah,
different?
I'm wondering the same. So I mean, I'm wondering the same. Well,
Oh, wow.
no,
That's great. Good evening, sir. Happy to hear from you.
same here. The pleasure is all mine. How are you doing? How was your day?
We thank God. It
Amazing.
was little stressful, but we thank God.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the way it is in the country right now. But
Of course,
we keep
no.
pushing. We keep pushing.
Exactly.
Keep pushing.
Always your true.
Yeah. Amen. All right. I think coming into this session, I had quite a few things planned. Although I'm still expecting the turnouts to improve, I'm expecting a few more persons to join. But I mean,
Mm.
this call is being recorded, and let's just have an exciting time. Let's have an exciting time. All right. So let me give a bit of an introduction. So my name is Temitope as well, Temitope Ajayi. Um, I have been in the AI space for a couple of years now. I mean, I've been playing around AI for I think it's been like 4 years now. And even more recently, for the last 2 years, I've been working in with teams around the world in building AI products from the ground up. I've helped build products around AI products around the fintech space, AI tools that could help investors and business owners make decisions with regards to their investments and their companies and things like that. I've also built, I've also helped build AI tools around the legal space. And I've found lots of interesting things around the AI space. And it's just sad that most of the times this information is very scarce, particularly around persons in our country. I mean, where we find ourselves these days. So the vision really for this training, for these courses, to bring all of the knowledge, is to bring all of those insights and everything, and try and see how we can really interact and we can come to the understanding of what these things truly are. I mean, I was talking with a friend a couple of weeks ago. This guy is also an AI researcher in Canada. So what he does is a bit crazy. He works with team members to build AI products from the scratch. Now, what I mean by the scratch is when it comes to AI, there are some things we call models, AI models. So you use AI models. There are different AI models built for different purposes. Say, for example, there are models that are built to reason in a particular way and things like that. So this guy builds model from the scratch, and then he was talking about an interesting stuff he was working on. He was working on an AI product that could help, an AI tool that could help with brain surgery. So he and his team were seeing how they could map the brain. And I mean, this was like groundbreaking. This was groundbreaking for me because I mean, when you check out there, I know that people are trying to research these things, but really, because we've not really gotten there yet. We've not really gotten there yet. And I'm also wondering that it feels like as if Nigeria, Africa is being left behind. Africa is being left behind. Now, not just in the areas of research, but even in the understanding of what we ought to be doing with AI. in the knowledge of how AI can really benefit us as professionals, as business owners, as in different aspects of our lives, in different aspects of our lives. So I would stick to the purpose for this meeting, tonight's meeting, which is mostly the questions and answers. So frequently asked questions around discourse. I'm going to be centering around discourse. So we'll just be discussing. But please let's make it a really interactive session. So I prepared a bunch of questions here. Let me see if I can quickly share my screen. I prepared a few questions here, which persons mostly ask around AI or particularly around this training. I've met persons who have asked me and they said, how exactly can AI help them make money? And you see, I laugh because, I mean, let
Of
me
course,
ask, let me ask.
everybody.
Really, it's just a basic question. The person asked me that, how can AI help me make money? I mean, it was like, oh, I currently do not have a job. How can AI help me as a jobless person that needs money? And I'm like, no, this thing is about positioning yourself rightly. It's about
Hmm.
positioning yourself rightly. Just like a freelancer or a person learns a graphic design skill to position himself for graphic design gigs, an AI expert also positions himself to learn AI tools, to learn different AI tools, different AI methodologies that are out there, just to equip himself the more. And really, I try to explain these things, but it feels like as if some persons do not really understand. I think that's one of the purpose of this. That's one of the goals I want to achieve with this training. To also help persons understand what exactly is AI, what exactly is AI, and how can I really position myself for AI. So I read a bunch of questions here and I'll just quickly walk through them. And I think it could be exciting. Let's just go through them. Let's go through them. So the first common question that I've seen people ask, persons ask that, how exactly can I help my type of business? Now, I understand that different persons have different types of business. I mean, persons are into real estate, persons are into buying and selling, persons are into e-commerce, some persons are into construction. I mean, I have a friend in construction. I even spoke with him a couple of days ago about the possibilities of introducing AI into their systems and processes. And one of the biggest reactions I get is, "Oh, I don't think AI can help me. I don't think AI is good enough for me." But the truth is that AI can help any business, no matter what sector you are in. Even if you're a professional, even if you're a professional in what you are, even if you're a professional in any industry, say you are in the finance sector, you're in the health sector, or you're in whatever industry, AI has become so advanced that it has gone beyond just persons creating videos or images or things like that, or you hopping on ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT questions. AI has become so advanced that there are several things you can start to do with AI now. Let me give you a scenario. Now, recently I was helping to build an AI agent for an accounting firm in US. Now, what is customer wanted was something very simple. Now they have many tax processes that they repeat over time. And that's the thing, yeah. That's the thing. Many a times we don't see the need for AI, but AI is really important in this mundane task. It's very important with this mundane tasks, things that are repetitive, those tasks that you keep doing over and over and over again. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a very funny example. Say, for instance, you as a person, you have to wake up and brush your teeth and take
No,
your bath and go to work. It's a repetitive process. In fact,
of course.
let me bring it down to something more close to home. So, say, for example, I've seen some persons, which is funny, they complain that they wake up in the morning and then they don't know what clothes to wear. And then they
Hmm.
have trouble deciding which clothes they want to wear. Now, these are some of the mundane tasks that AI is able to help you
Do
gauge and tell. AI is able to decide for you that, oh, okay, this clothes fits this day, this clothes fits this day, this clothes fits this day. That's how crazy it has become. Just feed AI with enough information about you, about how you like to feel, how you like to position yourself out there, how you like people to think of you. And you will be shocked as to how much AI has grown. as to how much AI has grown. So back to my story, this accounting firm in the US, they wanted something for their tax. They were trying to build a use case anyways. So they wanted something that could help them track their their tax reconciliations. Yes, I think that was it. Was it the tax reconciliation or I think something around that front. So we're still around building the use case then anyway. So I mentioned that that they have to do this repetitive accounting process over and over and over and over again. And imagine if someone that's going to be doing something else that is more important is wasting time doing a repetitive process. And then we suggested to them, we pitched to them that, okay, we can simply just automate this process using an AI agent. The AI agent at a certain time, you could configure a time, you could schedule a time for it. At a certain time, it goes in there, it automates this process, it checks this process, and is able to help you do it well. And the truth is that I understand that many persons still are also scared. I mean, AI is technology. AI will probably come and take over the world at some point. But I
Mm.
mean, who are we kidding here? We have some of these ethics and compliance that are around building AI products. But of course, where there is law, there's also the opportunity for persons to break the law. So I've also heard persons do crazy things with AI, which is illegal. But I mean, the goal is to embrace what's good and see how we can use it to best humankind. So back to my question, how can AI help my type of business? I gave different examples here. The first example, retail and fashion. Some persons complain that, I'm just a tailor. How can AI help me in my business as a tailor? And then it will shock you to know that AI can help you automate customer service, which is one of the most common requests that is rapidly growing in Nigeria now. Many businesses are now looking for AI automated customer service. They don't want humans to be wasting their money. I mean, it will shock you that many of the customer care persons that we talk to, or even let me give you some examples. Some of these calls that fair money, yes, fair money. There's a way fair money was able to automate their calls, and in such a way that they would call you, they would keep calling you. I mean, every single day, these guys will call you as soon as they get your number. Say you sign up on their app or
Sure.
whatever you do that they can pick up from you. They they start to call you, they start to disturb you, and then you know that it's an agent. You think it's a human. They've automated this conversation, they've automated this call using simple voice agents, using different things like that. They've automated the calls and they're able to keep calling you repetitively. So you can use AI to automate customer care service and customer services and things like that. Things like product description, marketing posts. Of course, this is getting really common right now. This is getting really common. There are several tools out there that you could use AI for, especially when it comes to marketing and content creation. In fact, I have a friend who is a core content marketing, AI content marketer. This guy knows how to build AI content and how to market AI content. So he's able to draft everything from A to Z using just AI. And I must tell you, these guys' services do not come cheap. They don't come cheap. I also talked about food and catering. Food and catering. Many a times, there's also the complaints around how can AI help my food and catering business. Of course, it can help you menu pricing, menu planning, pricing, online ordering, customer replies, automated WhatsApp responses, and things like that. So many of these things, AI can really do a great job at managing many of these things for persons. Another example I added here is real estate. Real estate. Real estate is also another field that I mean, persons that AI is gradually stepping into, little by little. Talking about things like listing descriptions, date qualifications, follow-up automation. Yeah, I think I will emphasize on follow-up automation. Now, it's easy to use ChatGPT to write a description or draft out a plan for lead qualification. But when it comes to follow-up, there's a step-by-step process in which AI can help you automate many of these things. So AI is really helping businesses, even in the real estate firm. Of course, freelancers, I don't even need to go there.
Mm.
Freelancers, corporate professionals in their reports, emails, and presentation. And whatever industry we find ourselves, really, whatever industry we find ourselves, AI can really help in these industries. Before I move on to the next question, I don't know if you have any comments or you're still with me.
Of course, I'm with you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Mm.
All right. So moving on to my next question here. Another funny question I've heard is, do I need a laptop or can I use my phone? So this is funny because it depends on what you are trying to do. I mean, with AI, of course, we know that you can easily use chat bots or chat AI chat tools like ChatGPT, Grok, and all of those things. They are mobile intuitive. But it's where the other
Mm.
persons will tell you that, oh, you need your laptop or you need this device or that device. I just feel that it's a means of persons wanting to shy away from learning what they need to learn.
Mm.
Many persons tend to give silly excuses. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I mean, depending on what you want to use AI for. I know some persons that want to learn AI skills so that they can make money off it. Of course, their can be monetized and is highly sorted. So they complain that, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. And I feel that it's just the laziness of many of us in Nigeria. And maybe even outside Nigeria, I can't say. But really, it's so sad. It's sad. So it's a crazy question, but I mean it's one of the questions. So you can start AI even with your phone. Most AI tools work perfectly on the phone. In fact, I was shocked when I first used an AI automation tool on my phone, which was very shocking. I wanted to automate my Google calendars and I wanted to automate creating of meetings. And I wanted the AI to always send me an update anytime a meeting was created in my name and some other jargons I did on the side. And it will shock you how I was able to use my phone and I created an automation workflow using Zapier. I created an automation workflow that works perfectly on my phone. In fact, it was working so well that I got to a point that I just had to shut it down and leave that workflow because the workflow, there were just so many disturbing WhatsApp messages. And in my role, I came to have several calls. There's so many disturbing WhatsApp messages. So I had to shut down the workflow. But it's amazing how AI is really able to work around all platforms. So that's question number two, whether you need a laptop or you can use on your phone. The third question here says, can AI actually help me make money or is it just a hype? This is very, 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 very common. I mean, in this day and age, with all that we've heard, with everything that we've heard, do you still think that AI is an hype? Let me ask you now. I don't know. Let me ask you. Do you think AI is still just an hype or AI is something that persons are really making use of right now?
For even me,
I mean,
with the
yeah,
not
please go
with
ahead.
this knowledge, I use ChatGPT 247 every day. So and it's really to me it's really helping me. So it's
Yes.
more than hype. It's more than hype.
Mhm.
It's not just hyping. It's taking
Amazing.
over. It's making
Honestly, honestly, I agree with you. A couple of days ago, I was doing a comparison. I was trying to compare. I mean, when you want to type a document or send an email, and in the past, when there was no ChatGPT, when you want to send an email, you would spend 1 hour, 2 hours trying to compose a
I
single
am
email.
telling
But with ChatGPT, you can get it done in like 5 minutes, even less.
you,
And
within 1 minute, within 30
it,
seconds, just
snap.
give
You
the format. Give it out.
It's crazy, really. It's crazy. I remember the first time I heard of ChatGPT. I remember that day. No, I heard of ChatGPT, but I thought, oh, maybe it was one of these tools. So I was working in the office that day, and my colleague was just right across me. And I was like, oh, I was trying to craft this email. I was trying to use Grammarly. I think yeah, Grammarly was dead. I think Grammarly newly was introduced back then. I was trying to use Grammarly, but it was still tough. It was still really tough. And then my colleague just told me, why are you wasting your time? I said, wasting your time on what? He said, can you not give ChatGPT to craft this email? I said, no, 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 no. I need to properly craft this email for this particular client because, I don't want to mess things up. I mean, this client is like the second ISP in our organization and things like that. And I was in charge of managing the client's relationship. So I didn't want to mess up because my job was on the line. So he told me I should use ChatGPT. And weird enough, I didn't want to take his word for it. I didn't use it that day. Honestly, I didn't use it. It was until a couple months later, if not years later, and I started learning about ChatGPT. I think one of the first things I started learning was prompt engineering, how you can really craft useful prompts. how you can craft useful prompts. Beyond asking questions, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that, adjust this to like this, adjust this to that. They are intelligence-based persons. I've seen persons now craft prompts. It's crazy. It's crazy what persons can use prompts to do. I've seen people use prompts to write an entire code for a website, which is crazy. I mean, with just prompts, they write a functioning website. And it's crazy that the kinds of AI tools we have now out there, the kinds of AI tools we have there, they can really blow your mind. They can really blow your mind.
No,
When I first
no.
heard about Nano Banana a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh wow, what's this Nano Banana? And one of the biggest things that amazed me there was the prompt, how you were able to how the trainer then was able to use prompts to generate an image, which was very funny. I mean, it generated an image that on a normal day you would have gone to a studio, took pictures and things like that. Was able to use prompts to generate the image. And I was like, see what many businesses are spending thousands of naira on trying to get images or designs for their ads or things like that. And in just few seconds, one person crafted it out using prompts and using the AI tool. So it's really amazing the things that AI can do out there. It's really, really amazing. Yes. So on to my fourth frequently asked questions. I will try and wrap up around the fifth question though. So let me just ask the fourth one. So the fourth one is, what are the free or affordable AI tools I can start with? I mean, this is very, very this is not common amongst many persons, but this is common among persons that have started using AI tools. Of course, number one tool that everybody knows that is very free, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is available for everybody. Although it has the paid version, but I mean,
Yeah.
ChatGPT is free. ChatGPT can do almost anything. I mean, there's nothing you want to look for. As it concerns what it can do, anyways, within the scope of its capabilities, ChatGPT can literally do anything. I mean, I've heard different things of what ChatGPT does for different people, and then it just amazes me. I mean, I know that ChatGPT can do stuff, right? I know it can do crazy stuff, but when I start to hear of the other crazy stuff that ChatGPT does for persons, let me share an example with you. I was under a tutelage a couple of months ago of an AI content creator. Now, this guy explained to me how he was able to use AI. I think it was him or someone he knew was able to use AI to craft a 3 months content idea. So his plan was that he wanted to increase his followers from, I think, around, was it 200 Instagram followers to like something crazy like 5,000 or thereabouts. And he wanted to do this in like, was it a month or 3 months? Now, it was crazy how following the instructions step by step, step by step, step by step, step by step, this guy said he was able to achieve his goals. And no jokes. I mean, he was sharing the before and after. So I mean, unless maybe he falsify the image, which is possible. But then it's crazy how you can really use ChatGPT to make yourself very, very productive. Very, very productive. In fact, I've seen team members that they they will probably tell you that, oh, they worked on this, they worked on this, they worked on this. But if you really check well, you find out that they use ChatGPT
And then
to
because
solve most of their problems.
sure, sure.
Yeah, so ChatGPT is free. ChatGPT is free, but there are several other tools that are free as well. There's the Gemini. Give me 1 second.
Mm.
There's Gemini by Google. There's Grok. Uh, there's Zapier. I've used Zapier before for automation. There's Forms. There's Canva. There's CapCut. There's CapCut AI, and there are several other tools like that. So depending on what you want to do or what your goal is, really, for ChatGPT, I say, oh sorry, for AI, when it comes to AI, I say depending on what your goal is, whatever your goal is, there's always a tool out there that you can definitely use. So if your goal is content creation, if your goal is AI assistance, if your goal is whatever your goal is, there are tools out there that could support that. And my fifth and final question for tonight is, take away jobs or will it create more opportunities? So maybe I should ask generally, who thinks AI will take away the jobs? Sincere question. Do you think AI will take away your job?
Actually, AI is evolving. They are growing. They are building more AI. But I'm not. Um, the truth is, AI will take some jobs, but not all.
Hmm.
Because if this is it, AI, if another AI is, AI is evolving actually. So
Yeah.
if AI comes today now, at least still someone, it's still people that will still use it.
Hmm. Hmm.
These people
Hmm.
that knows how to operate it will still be using it.
Hmm.
So it can only take some jobs, but for those who are not prepared for it, but if you prepare yourself very well for it will take your own job. But for my own job,
But
I'm actually a digital marketer.
wow.
So
Mhm.
I'm not sure AI will take my job. Though it's trying to use something, but it won't take all. That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
people grow every day.
Honestly. So you said something. You said something I completely agree with. I mean, persons who are able to position themselves for the advent
Exactly.
of AI. If the mistake I find many people making is that we are hell bent on the fact that, oh, AI is taking the job, AI is taking the job. And for me, I believe that what you think or what you say would happen will definitely happen to you. So
Mm.
if you think that AI will take your job and you don't really know how to position yourself. Now, I was reading a post on LinkedIn a couple of days ago about this lady. She's a freelancer. She's a freelancer. She does graphic designs and things like that. Now, when AI first came in, that was around 2023, particularly around that time. She said that she noticed that businesses were tilting towards the use of AI, which was fine. I mean, if there are other options, she felt that, oh, maybe they didn't have enough budget to accommodate her cost and things like that. So she felt it was fine. But little by little, she noticed that the job started reducing. I mean, the job she was getting started reducing, customer requests started reducing, up to a point that she would struggle to hold one. She would struggle to hold one. Someone that used to have several jobs, like 10 at a time and things like that. So it got to the point that she really had to question and ask herself what exactly was going on. So what she did, and I'm going to teach in session next week. What she did was that she had to reposition herself. How did she do that? She knew that persons were looking for AI that could do the job faster, AI workflows or AI tools that could do the job faster. What she needed to do was to go and learn those tools, understand how those tools work, and then resell her knowledge of those tools to those
Mm.
businesses. You get the concept. So
Yeah.
she has the knowledge. She has the knowledge. She's not only selling her creativity and her design and things like that. She's not selling the knowledge of how it works because persons are looking to make themselves more productive and stuff like that. So she's now selling the knowledge of how you can achieve that to those businesses. So I feel that for any organization or for any person, really, there's a way you can position yourself for AI. Let me give an example. Currently, in my role as a tech person, you would say that AI could take our jobs. Why? Because I mean, there are now tools that can write code for you, that can write websites for you. But
Mm.
the truth is that we don't now just learn tech. We now start to learn how we can really apply this AI into what we are doing. So it's not more a subject of skill or how good you are. It's a subject of how well you're able to use AI to make the job easier. That's one thing I believe. So I put here that AI replaces tasks, not people. AI will
Yeah.
replace the tasks. The things that you are
Yeah.
currently doing that you think that, oh, this thing is my bread and butter, I can't change in this thing. If you think you can't change, AI will replace those mundane tasks. And what AI cannot replace are the people that have dynamic minds, flexible minds, and are able to be creative. They are creative in their thinking. So those who learn AI will replace those who don't. So my concern really is that I see many persons that still find AI as something that is very difficult or something that is very tricky. I mean, we have them around us. Some persons will
Mm.
tell you that, oh, they cannot learn these things because it's too difficult or it's beyond what they can. Some persons they don't even bother, which really saddens me because I mean I posted something yesterday. In the coming years, I mean in the next 5 years we won't be seeing many of these day-to-day tasks. We'll be seeing AI replacing many of these day-to-day tasks. Many
Mm.
persons have said different kinds of things about AI. That is the second coming, is the this, is the that, is the four horsemen, is the this, is the that. I mean, what exactly is going on in the world right now is what you would work or position yourself with. That's just my belief. So, excuse me. So, on a closing note, I would say that AI is not coming to take people's job. AI is coming to replace the tasks, the mundane things that we keep doing and do not make any sense. I hope you had a great time here.
Sure,
Sir Temitope.
sure,
Amazing,
sure, sure.
amazing.
Of course,
Thank
I'm
you
there.
for sticking around.
Okay.
Amazing. Do you have any questions very quickly? Any questions of your own before we call it
Mm,
a wrap?
I don't really have much freedom, but what I'd like to ask is this particular training, is it
Yes.
still about, just like I said, I actually make use of some AIs, let me say, particularly
Yes.
ChatGPT and all this question and answer um,
Yes.
platform
Yes.
like
True.
ChatGPT,
Yeah.
Gemini, they're creating of images and all that, and
Yeah.
even Canva and all that. I make use of. So this training, I want to know
Mhm.
which aspect, which aspect of this AI are we really are talking about?
Mm. Amazing question. So the idea, the goal is that we want to see how we can build awareness. That's the goal. So if you see, we already have a plan for a training for next year as well. So we want to try and introduce different aspects of AI for different persons to learn. This first training is more of a general introduction, a better understanding of these kinds of tools and their capabilities. We'll also talk
Yeah,
about areas where professionals, business owners, even students can position themselves. New types of tools. We'll even suggest new types of tools that they can use for their businesses or for their activities or day-to-day activities and things like that. We'll also try and give a bit of background check so we can see where this whole thing started from. So that persons that still doubt that, oh, maybe AI is just a flare, we would also try and explain so that this thing has come to stay. This thing has come to stay. So the idea basically, let me just answer your question in a nutshell. So the idea basically is to try and see how we can build awareness around AI. So it's not just this November free training. There's also another one for next year, January. There's another one for, I believe, in March or April. So we plan to have different free trainings where we can teach about different subjects. In fact, sometimes we'll even try and bring in some persons that could potentially even train on some of those AI tools and things like that. So whatever it is that you want particularly, just stick around. Eventually, we are touching on every aspect of AI as much as we can. Our goal is to build awareness for persons. That's just the basic goal. That's the basic goal. So there's no specific niche around AI. We're going to be touching every single aspect of AI. Now is more around the introduction. Next, it could be around prompt engineering. Next, it could be around automation. Next, it could be around content marketing. Next, it could be around AI tools. Talking about different AI tools. I mean, there are different AI tools out there. We'll start picking them one by one. We'll start testing them out, playing around with them, and seeing how they work and things like that. So that's the goal, really. It's more of a long-term thing than just a one-time thing. I don't know if that
yeah,
answers your question.
exactly. I get right.
Yeah, yeah, amazing, amazing.
Thank you very much.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Atemitope.
thank you.
Nice to have you here, and
Yeah.
do have a good evening.
Hi,
Let's
you
call it
too,
a wrap.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, sir.